Oh, man. I'm going to try to knock this one out real quick so I can get back to this podcast I want to listen to. But I realized two things this week. One, if I wanted to be a dating coach, I absolutely could, and I would absolutely be better than like a strong 85 to 90% of the market that's out here. And the reason is because it's all these unwed, miserable people trying to give advice on how to date. And it's sadly, contrary to popular belief, the men are the worst. The worst. I heard something earlier today where it was a panel having a discussion about, it was sparked because a guy went to a public speaking arrangement, and then he went to tell the guy Myron from Fresh and Fit how horrible all his advice affected him, and how it wasn't until he abandoned all of the advice that he was getting that he actually started to have good relationships, and he got himself a wife, and he got married, and got some kids and everything like that. And so then the panel was like, no, and the comments too. Oh no, that dude just a simp. He always been a simp, and it needed to go through. And here's the thing. One, I say the same thing that I say to the ladies. One, fellas, you got to figure out what it is you trying to get. So for the ladies, I always say you auditioning or you interviewing for two positions, either wife or girlfriend. And the qualifications and the way you present in those two situations are totally different. Fellas, y'all got to do the same thing. You got to make a decision. Do you want a lifetime wife, or do you want to just be flinging around? And the sad part is that most people in this space are telling y'all, get a bunch of girls and just be flinging around, which is stupid advice. It just is. And the crazy part is when you talk to most of the people that did that, they will tell you, don't do that. Get you one and then lock down and have yourself a family. But the market that's out here right now is a bunch of horrendously unwed dudes telling other dudes about what they need to do to be successful when the people talking about it ain't found success in the first place. And I think for me, I get a visceral reaction just because I look at everything, or I look at a lot of things from a biblical standpoint and not a secular standpoint. So I don't think you're supposed to be sleeping around anyway, and I don't think you're supposed to be sleeping with people before you get married. But even aside from that, even just if you look at it in a secular, worldly way, the way the society is now, it's still not good advice to tell people or tell dudes, yeah, go out and sleep with a bunch of chicks and date multiple girls. It's stupid advice for so many reasons, aside from the health implications. We could put that's one. Putting that aside, socially it's not a good idea. I'm not even going to go into the spiritual aspect of it because that crushes the argument in an even different way. But just logistically, let's just narrow it down to the most driving force that most people encounter, especially when they're in these spaces. It usually comes down to two things: girls and money. Why would you tell people that you're trying to guide as young adults into building wealth to date multiple women, as expensive as that is? I could end my point there and be completely in the right. Aside from all the other stuff that I just back burner that also validates the point. And it's always these unwed dudes. And it's like, again, I think the women catch a lot of flack, rightfully so for the most part, because they give each other horrendously bad advice and they just do each other dirty. I just seen a post on the Chris Jobson channel talking about the chicks that went and ruined their friend's date on purpose, which I've seen some clips of it. I heard about it, and I didn't. He followed it more in depth, but it's they do dirt stuff too, but dudes just, they give the worst advice. And it's, again, one, figure out what it is you want. If you want to just be out here slanging around or whatever, go for it. But again, for so many reasons, and it's so easy to lay them out, it's just not a good idea. So if that's what you want to do, fine. But if not, stop taking advice on finding a wife from people who don't have one. Because a lot of times, they just don't know what they're talking about. They just don't. Like, I could do it because I study marriage. It's not even just for the fact that I'm in one. I study it. Like, the second I knew that I was getting married, I started buying and reading literature about marriage. There's a reason why in a decade there has never been an screaming fight argument in my relationship. Never. And that's only counting the decade of me being married. That's not even counting the relationship leading up to it. And still never happened. So it's like, I don't say it flippantly, like I just think I'm that guy. I know it. Like, I'm in a successful marriage, and people around me ask me stuff because they recognize it. People who don't know me, fine. You might be like, he probably don't know what he's talking about. That's fair. But my point is, why ask somebody for advice on how to be a doctor when they ain't even started medical school yet? That's what y'all doing. Y'all asking people on advice on how to be a fireman, but you asking police officers. It's not the same. If a dude, if you want to be out here serial bagging chicks, then talk to the dudes that do that. That's fair. If you trying to get yourself a lady, don't listen to them. And if you on the side of trying to be out here serial bagging chips, stop. Because that ain't great for you either. I'm going to leave it at that, because I could ramble about this forever because of how stupid it is. But it was something that popped up, just annoyed me. Like, listen, fellas, the whole trying to bag a lot of chicks, ask around. It's not what you think it is. And if you're trying to figure out a way out of it, ask people who are already out of it. Don't ask people who don't know what they're talking about and ain't never been in it in the first place.